So we jump right into it. Okay, exposing Satan's lies. This is um, the changing of the calendar, the times and the seasons. It has been prophesied in Daniel 7:25 that the little horn power will come and it will change the seasons and the time. So yes, we look at that because it is quite significant, changing the times and the laws, which means you changing the whole timekeeping system of the Father. You must remember, Satan is the God of this world. So why will he allow the Father's um, things to be kept where in his domain? No, he will remove it, but because of the mercy of the Father, he has not have that complete right to completely annihilate this knowledge. The Father made sure that it still stays. So, right from the beginning, Satan started to corrupt the word by changing Genesis, where creation started. So it says, um, and the Almighty said, let there be light. There was light, and he saw it was good, and divided the light from darkness, and called light day, and darkness night. Here's where the subtleness coming. Evening came and morning came the first day. See, we have to see the subtleness here. He slipped in, he switched it. Evening came, morning came, and that was the first day, which should sound like it's correct. But then they would say, yes, but because there was darkness, the light came, which make it one day. And that is incorrect, because there was no sun and moon. The sun and moon were created on the third day only. So where did this light come from? If the heavenly lights were not there, we have to remember the Father is the inaccessible light. So when he came, darkness fled. And from there, that's where creation started. And that is when the day started, when the light came. That's why we say sunrise. Sunrise means the dawn of the new day, not sunset. Sunset, we know it's the end. So we know these things because it's the natural law. But when it comes to the scripture, we cannot determine that that's correct. And that was the beginning of injecting the false timekeeping that the Jewish people are still keeping today, thinking it is the right order of things, that their day starts from sunset to sunset, which also threw their timekeeping system completely out, because their calendar they're following is also not correct. It's corrupted. Yeah, that's what we said. And then the Father said in in Genesis 1:14, and the Almighty said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from night, and let them be signs for seasons, for days, and for years. Now this is just a confirmation again, because way back in the book of Enoch, it gives a similar scripture. This confirms what is said in the book of Enoch, where the fair father said, I divided the days and the years and the months for use to keep. So it's not like those people didn't know the timekeeping system. They knew. Many people think it's insignificant, but it's very important why he changed the time. The time is the calendar. We know the first calendar. Yeah, according to history, the Mayans everyone had their calendar, even the Babylonians. But that is not uh, important. What is important is the calendar that was changed, that the whole world followed. Okay, and that's the Roman calendar. It was first the Julian calendar, and then we moved over to the Gregorian calendar that we are still following today. So that is the time that was changed, because it's very important. If he changes the times, he changes all else. So it's the Sabbaths, the feast keeping days, and that is to get us uh, uh, out of alignment with the Almighty, because then you don't keep the Sabbath day, because you are on this worldly calendar. You're not following the Father's calendar. So therefore the scripture where it says you keep your feast and your Sabbaths, and it abhors me.